boys and girls, my name is Teacher Lisa, and today we will be working on an easy home activity called Rhyming Word Family Cards. Okay, so let's start off with talking about the materials that we will need in order to do this activity at home. So first you will need a black marker, or any color may do. You will also need a couple of sheets of construction paper. If you only have one color, that will work as well. And what I used for my activity was a name card that I had, just because it was a little bit more sturdy. But if you don't have a name card, a piece of construction paper, a longer piece will do. So the reason that you need the construction paper is because you are going to be cutting some squares out of the construction paper, just as I did here. And then with the name tag, it's a little bit longer. I just cut it in half. And with the construction paper, if you don't have a name tag, what I did was I just cut up this way, and then I just cut a piece off. And that will be the size of your squares, and this would be the size of this piece that you will need. So in order to do this activity, what I did was, you'll also need a stapler. If you don't have a stapler, I'm sure some tape will do, just to keep it together. So what we're going to do is you are going to get the squares that you have cut, and you are going to add it to a longer piece of paper so that it looks as so. But you are going to cut at least 5 to 6 pieces to make 6 squares, and we're stapling it to the longer piece of the paper. So remember, there's a longer piece and then there's the shorter piece. So when you staple them together, it kind of looks like a little booklet. So this is where we're going to be able to incorporate the rhyming words, which will and then help them help children recognize patterns in writing and written language, and while also learning how to read and learning about rhyming words. That a lot of the time is just the front letter that changes to make a different word. So this is what we're going to do. So what I did was I did everyday words that we come across, like can, fan, man, pan, ran. But what I did was on the longer sheet of paper, what I did was I just wrote the last letters. So I chose an, A-N. These are words that they will commonly see in stories that we read and in an environment, and these are words that they will be using in kindergarten. So what I did was I wrote it up, and this is what I started off with, and then I just added one letter to each sheet to make a different word. So as this one is pan. So then you can go along and have them say, okay, this is the sound of this, an. Do you know what letter this is? This is a letter P. Do you know what sound it makes? P. So yes, so if we put it all together, it says an. So this is a pan. Do you know what a pan is? And you can talk to them about what this actual word that they made is, just to kind of give them a visual of the word that they're talking about. The next letter is C. What sound does this make? It makes a k, k, k. Okay, and remember this one that I told you? An. So if we say k, k, can, this says can. So on and so on, and you're going to tell them about each letter and the sound at the beginning of it, and how that if they're just changing the beginning letter makes a different word, but the ending letters are still the same. So ran, man, fan, can, pan. And I also did it with at. So, cat, rat, fat, hat. So as you are going through each word that they are creating by changing each letter, you will explain to them what it is so that they know what word they made. This is cat. Okay, what is a cat? And they're going to tell you that animal. Okay, so in order for them to understand and get the sequence of the word, you need to explain to them a visual of what the word that they are making. So I did at, and then I did an, and then I also did add. So like dad, mad, had, sad, pad, like iPad, and so on and so on. So what I did was, they also can use the UG, UG, so like bug, hug, rug, jug, slug. But as you do these, remember, we are telling them the word and describing what the object is that the word that they made, just so they can help them recognize the pattern, how written language is made, and how to read, because these are words that they're going to be using in kindergarten. So it's such an easy home activity. Not much materials needed. Like I said, if you do not have a stapler, you can also use some tape. Just tape it around like this so it can flip like a book. And if you do not have a name tag, it's okay if you use a piece of construction paper. It works the same way. Okay, so thank you, boys and girls, for watching, and I hope you had fun learning.